Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Points of Articulation. My name's Dave and if you're new to the channel, welcome everybody. Today I'm looking at the Star Wars Titanium series Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, released in 2009. This vessel was first seen in Star Wars The Clone Wars. And now for some fun facts. This Jedi Starfighter is called the Delta 7B Aethersprite, which is an upgraded version from the Jedi Starfighter we saw in the Attack of the Clones film. It featured a tougher central hull, and the astromech was moved from the side to the center section in front of the cockpit. And I just so happen to have Obi-Wan Kenobi's original Jedi Starfighter right here, so let's compare the two real quick. And here we have the two Jedi Starfighters. On my right, we have Obi-Wan Kenobi's Jedi Starfighter from Attack of the Clones. And on the left, the one from the Clone Wars. And you can see how it was altered a little bit. The astromech was moved from the left-hand side to the center. It's more built up. Let me hold them like this, so you can see how it's a lot more armor here. Pretty cool. The bottoms are identical for the most part. Sure, everything's shifted a bit, but not that big of a change. The aft section is similar, not the same, but pretty cool. You can see how it's more armored and built up here compared to the original. I don't know, which one do you guys prefer? Let me know in the comments below. I really can't pick a favorite. I do like the Attack of the Clones version, but the new one does have its pros. Not gonna lie, nice looking ships. So getting back to this particular vessel, for the size, it comes in at about 3.5 inches long, which is very nice. So everybody should know how my videos go by now. We're going to take a quick look at the mold, the paint, put on a stand compared to some other pieces, and then we'll be done. So let's get moving. So let's get this video started looking at the mold. Like in all my videos, I'll go over all the major sections of the item, and then we'll get a nice close-up look to see those fine details. So starting off with the major parts, we have our cockpit, astromech in the center. Coming down, we have 2 laser cannons on the top, flipping it over, 2 laser cannons on the bottom. Our engines looking very nice. Pretty cool. Also on the bottom, we have our copyright crap, 2 screws, and a peg port for our stand. And this whole thing is covered with beautiful line work, little recesses here and there, and just an amazing attention to detail. And we also have an opening cockpit, which is dope. We'll have a closer look at that in just a few. But a magnificent piece. So now let's get a close-up look. So let's start our close-up look looking at the front of the ship. And you can see tons of all these grays and silvers. Don't worry, it's not chipping or anything like that. You can even see the lines of paint that were put on here, which to me is amazing. Really neat. And you can see the lines right here too above my thumb. It's like little dots. Maybe like a printer goes over these. But really interesting. But moving on, we have some beautiful line work here, almost to the point of being decorative, and it looks fantastic. Look at all that minor line work. Beautiful. We have our laser cannons, which are nicely molded, with recesses going down the main body, and we'll take a look at that in just a few. But coming down the side, more of that beautiful line work. We have our Republic symbol right there. And then we have the aft of the vessel. Fantastic. Coming around the sides, you can see some nice mold in here. Beautiful stuff. On the other side, again, the detail continues. A fantastic job. A little different than the other side, as you can see. Line work is very nice. We have some modules popping out of here. Pretty cool. Then we have our aft again. Very nice. For the center console, you can see it's very nicely done. Nothing is flat on here. Looking cool. But the line work is all over here. Looking very nice. We have our astromech with all its little panels. Look at that. Very nice. You can see the paint scattered all throughout here with that print-in process, as well as just painted on. Really adds to the wear and tear of the vessel. Really brings it to life. But man, what a great mold. Cool astromech. Coming down the cockpit, we have some beautiful mold in here, line work. Very smooth back here with our other Republic symbol, as well as our fin. Looking cool. Very nice. Now this cockpit is translucent plastic, and if we open it, we can see inside. And check that out. We have our joystick, different buttons, our seat, which is nicely detailed, even has a headrest. Very nice. I know it looks a little purple in there, but that's because the red is bleeding through the white. I'll get to that in the paint. But regardless, very nicely molded. Beautiful job here. Now looking at the aft section, we have some beautiful designs here. Look at all that. Our engines are also recessed in, and they look fantastic, beautifully done. Lots of nice designs in here. Excellent stuff. Now, one thing I do like is in back, you can see it is recessed in a little bit, and that's pretty cool. Back here, which could be a cargo, is nicely done. It does have some minor line work, nothing to really write home about, but it is there. And then we have the bottom section. Let's start in the front again. You can see some beautiful line work here, some nice molding. Fantastic job. Another laser cannon here. And on the top. Looking good. Such good line work on here. Fantastic stuff. And then we have our aft section. Coming up here. Another Republic symbol. Looking good and just beautiful work. Fantastic stuff. Coming up to center, you can see a screw, copyright crap, some beautiful molding in the center. Look at that. Very nice. Peg port for our stand. And some more detail back here with another screw. For the engines, you can see how they're beautifully done here. Pretty nice. And then recessed ports right here. Fantastic. So now moving on, I brought up the laser cannons before, how they are recessed. And if I hold it like this, you can see that the wedge design is cut away on the top and bottom so the laser cannons can fire without damaging the main hull. And that looks awesome. Pretty cool. So that's everything I have to say about the mold. Hopefully I covered everything. This may be a small miniature, but it does have a lot going for it. Lots of hidden details, beautiful line work, and that opening cockpit is a nice touch. So now let's take a look at the paint. And now looking at that paint job on Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter, this baby has about 8 different colors. First up, we have this nice red for the main color of the ship. Looks fantastic. Now, it does seem to bleed into the white at parts, but I do believe that is actually the white painted onto the red. Because not only does it bleed through here, but you see some right here on the main body. And also, if you open it up, you can see the cockpit is a little red or pinkish in places because the white's not covering it fully. But we'll get to that. Regardless, the red's a very nice shade. Covers the top of the body. Very nice. Very clean in different spots. Excellent. We have some red on top of the cockpit window. The fin in the aft section. Looking very nice. The aft itself on the walls of the main body. The front looking good. And also the bottom of the ship, which looks fantastic. Very nice. Not the cleanest in different parts. You can see there is definitely a shift here. But cool in my opinion regardless. Moving on, we have white or off-white. And that is from the front of the ship. Coming down the arrowhead here to the main body, the designs on the sides, the astromech's legs, even though they are mixed with silver, but it is white underneath there. Coming back, we'd see the white here, looking good. To the aft section, fantastic. Little dabs of white on the bottom, right here by my thumbs, center, and right over here, looking cool. All in all, very interesting paint job. Now again, the interior of the cockpit is painted white, but it is a little translucent and you can see the pink or red below it. So, but it is what it is. And then on the bottom, we do have some more white here and there. All in all, very cool. I do dig that quite a bit. And the white is also on here in different spots, such as right here by my finger and right over here. And you can see how it's a little thicker here and a little translucent here. And it's not as thick, but that's in different spots all around the ship, just to give it some more weathering and stuff like that. So pretty neat. Up next, we have some yellow right here in the front, and on the aft section of the ship right here, a little bit on the fin. Right here. This centerpiece coming down here, and nothing really on the bottom. Moving on from there, we do have some silver on the astromech droid. Looking pretty good. You can see some on his legs and on the portions on the head. Looking very cool. And it's actually not painted that bad at all for the size. Awesome. Now that silver is mixed with metallic gray, which is the next color, and scattered all over this bad boy. You can see different metallic shiny pieces all over. It is actually a mixture of silver and metallic dark gray. You can see the grays here and some silver there. I don't know, looks pretty cool. I kind of dig it. See some silver in the front here. Looking cool. Turning it upside down. Definitely see some metallic gray here, a little silver here and there. Right here you can see the silver, where the laser cannons are. So that's kind of cool. And then, of course, more dark metallic gray scattered throughout. Fantastic job. And I love that. It makes it look beat up and worn. We got the dark metallic gray on the sides. Coming to the aft of the ship, it's the engines and all these mechanical parts back here. Again, on the sides. And then, of course, the bottom with the engines and center. Pretty dope. Now we're almost done. We do have black and white for the Republic symbol right here. Looking very nice and crisp. And finally, we do have a nice wash on here, which fills in all these lines, nooks and crannies, and really brings this ship to life. An amazing job. So that does it for the mold and the paint. So now let's put this baby back on a stand compared to some other ships, and then we'll be done. And just like other Titanium series ships, it comes with a cool stand, just peg it in the port like so. And just like that, everybody, you are good to go. And now for some size comparisons with the Titanium series Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter seen in the center, I have some other Titanium series vessels. First, on the left-hand side, we have the Obi-Wan Kenobi Jedi Starfighter from Attack of the Clones, complete with hyperspace ring. A very cool looking vessel in my opinion. And then finally on the right hand side, we have the Obi-Wan Kenobi Jedi Starfighter or Jedi Interceptor from Revenge of the Sith. A beautiful ship. This one has the radiator wings that can open up. Very nice. And for an added bonus size comparison with the Obi-Wan Jedi Starfighter seen in the center. First, on the right-hand side, we have the Titanium series Anakin Skywalker's Jedi Starfighter from the Clone Wars animated series. And on the left-hand side, we have the Hot Wheels Star Wars Anakin Skywalker's Jedi Starfighter from Revenge of the Sith. As always, these are some awesome-looking ships, and if you're interested in seeing reviews of any of the ships I did here, check the links in the description below. And that does it today for my review of the Star Wars Titanium series Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter released in 2009. So what do I think? For the mold, it's excellent. Opening cockpit, beautifully detailed all over. This piece is immaculate. I love it very much. It's actually one of my favorite titaniums they ever made. I am really trying to get my hands on Anakin's version, but either it's not on eBay or it's very expensive. So I'm always keeping my eye out for that. Now, when it comes to the paint, it's hit and miss. On one hand, I think it's very nice. There's a lot of different colors working together on here, and the wash really brings it to life. However, I do think it is a little messy here and there. Like, even just looking at this, you can see in the front how the white and the reddish white and the grays are sort of mixing there, and it looks kind of raggedy. But besides that, I do stand by what I said. The paint is very clean in some spots, and all these little imperfections here and there, or the mixtures of grays and silvers, to me, really bring this model to life and add a sense of wear and tear to it. And guys, you can't forget it does come with that awesome stand to help it blend in with the rest of the collection, which I'm very thankful for. So that's everything I have to say about Obi-Wan Kenobi Starfighter today. I hope you enjoyed the review. If you did, hit that like button. And if you'd like to see new reviews every Thursday, subscribe. Again, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to check my video out. I greatly appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time. Bye, everybody.